On May 9, 2025, ironically, the day Russia celebrates its World War II victory, Ukraine took to the skies with a new kind of force. A Ukrainian MiG-29, equipped with precision-guided AASM-250 HAMMER bombs supplied by France, launched a devastating strike against entrenched Russian positions, obliterating two key command centers in the Kherson region. This marked a turning point in modern aerial warfare on the Eastern European front. From surveillance to strike, the operation began with Ukrainian reconnaissance drones identifying high-value targets within Russian-occupied facilities. After confirming a significant concentration of Russian personnel, Ukrainian forces authorized the release of the AASM HAMMER bombs. These bombs didn't just damage the structures, they wiped them clean off the map. After the strike, Russian troops, particularly from the 110th Motorized Rifle Brigade, voiced frustration and panic over the Kremlin's failure to shield them from precision strikes. Reports surfaced of units being deployed without ammunition or even navigational maps. A surviving soldier recounted how the unit was reduced to just 10 members, some wounded, and all abandoned. They had fled from the obliterated command posts and had no idea where they were. A warehouse turned to ash. On April 20, 2025, another AASM HAMMER bomb launched from a MiG-29 made impact on the roof of a Russian-held warehouse. The blast was so powerful it appeared to erupt from the inside, disintegrating the two-story building. After the strike, footage emerged of two Russian soldiers sitting in a trench beside the wreckage, laughing bitterly and saying, "What a hit!" Their reaction reflected a deep sense of hopelessness among Russian ground troops. Unrelenting precision, Crimea, Kherson, and beyond. The effectiveness of these strikes isn't isolated. Back on March 4, 2025, Ukrainian jets hit Russian positions in Kochi-Lary, Crimea, using the same French-guided bombs. Ukrainian use of AASM hammers first gained attention during the summer of 2024, and since then, these gliding bombs have become a cornerstone of Ukraine's tactical strategy. Originally developed for the French military and standard on Dassault Rafale fighters since 2008, the AASM-250 HAMMER has since been adapted for other aircraft, including the Mirage 2000 and F-16, two jet types Ukraine now fields. The combination of French Mirage jets and these bombs has given Ukraine a significant edge. Turning the tide with the Mirage 2000. Ukraine received its first batch of Mirage 2000 fighter jets in February 2025, following French President Emmanuel Macron's 2024 announcement. Ukrainian pilots quickly mastered the aircraft and integrated the AASM bombs, enabling them to carry out fast, deadly strikes with pinpoint accuracy. These bombs, costing roughly $20,000 to convert from standard munitions, offer a relatively low-cost yet highly effective precision strike capability. The AASM is essentially a smart bomb, combining standard ordnance with a glide system and advanced guidance. Unlike missiles, these bombs don't rely on propulsion, making them difficult to detect or intercept. Equipped with GPS, infrared, and laser guidance systems, they remain accurate even in heavily jammed environments, something that poses a major problem for Russian defenses. Economic efficiency meets lethal force. Though more costly than basic glide bombs, each unit can run up to $300,000. The AASM HAMMER remains far cheaper than long-range cruise missiles like the Storm Shadow, which can cost upwards of $1 million. This balance of affordability, precision, and adaptability makes the AASM a linchpin of Ukraine's air strike doctrine. The bomb's 70 km range allows Ukrainian pilots to deploy from a distance, swooping in fast and low to avoid radar detection before tilting upward to give the bomb buoyancy. Its large payload ensures deep penetration into fortified bunkers and hardened structures. French support scales up. According to Safran, the French defense company behind the ASM adaptations for Ukrainian MiG and Sukhoi aircraft, took less than 4 months. France plans to produce and deliver 1,200 ASM bombs for Ukraine in 2025, a sharp increase from the 830 delivered in 2024. French Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu emphasized the bombs' reliability and compatibility with Ukraine's older aircraft fleet, calling them a vital asset for high-precision operations. F-16s, the other blade in Ukraine's aerial sword. Ukraine's acquisition of F-16s adds another layer to its air power. These jets, also capable of deploying the AASM-250 HAMMER, are enabling Ukraine to target deep behind enemy lines, hitting command nodes, weapon stockpiles, and troop assembly areas. One F-16 pilot remarked, "There's nowhere we can't reach. If it's marked, we'll hit it." Within 2 weeks, Ukrainian air power had neutralized 19 critical Russian military positions, including senior command officers. Thanks to Western radar systems and air-to-air superiority, Ukrainian jets are now operating with increased confidence, dominating the skies while ground attack craft focus on strategic targets. Kherson, a case study in air superiority. In a pivotal operation near Lviv, Ukraine targeted the headquarters of Russia's 81st Self-Propelled Artillery Regiment. Around 30 officers were killed. Once a new command post was established, Ukrainian intelligence relocated it and dispatched GBU-62 bombs to finish the job. Shortly after, MiG-29s dropped 2 more ASM hammers on troop concentrations along the Dnipro River. The Northern Front saw a surge in Ukrainian air activity. F-16 pilots carried out operations with extreme discretion. In interviews, anonymous pilots described missions spanning dawn briefings, high-speed reconnaissance, and strike runs into occupied territory, even venturing across the Russian border. Decapitation strategy in action. Ukrainian reconnaissance and electronic warfare units are working in tandem. One operation in eastern Ukraine targeted a Russian command node coordinating drone activity and air defense. Ukrainian F-16s, under radar jamming cover, dropped GPS-guided JADM bombs that penetrated fortified walls and ignited stored ammunition. The facility was reduced to rubble. Multi-front engagements across Russian lines. Ukrainian forces carried out attacks across multiple regions. In Belgorod, a Russian recruitment and supply checkpoint was demolished with a GBU-62 JADM bomb. In Guvo and Goporivka, MiG-29s used ASM bombs to halt Russian fortification efforts. In Kino, combined French-Ukrainian strikes eliminated critical command centers and a bridge vital for Russian armored movement. Along the Sumy-Suja road, drone outposts were destroyed, crippling Russia's surveillance. Each operation not only inflicted physical damage, but also disrupted Russian command and control capabilities, sowing panic and confusion among field officers and conscripts alike. Psychological warfare and strategic breakdown. The psychological toll on Russian forces has been immense. Air superiority has shifted decisively. The long-held narrative of Russian aerial dominance is rapidly unraveling. Where once they operated with impunity, Russian forces now hide from what they once considered inferior technology. Ukraine's upgraded jets, equipped with French smart bombs, are now capable of delivering devastating strikes from safe distances. Strategic bombing has become routine, transforming previously secure Russian installations into death traps. Russian forces are increasingly paralyzed, lacking clear command, fresh supplies, and a coherent strategy. Morale is collapsing. The myth of Russian invincibility is shattering under the precision of Ukrainian strikes. Conclusion: a new era of asymmetric air power. With the support of France and other Western allies, Ukraine has ushered in a new phase of the war, one defined by surgical airstrikes, technological innovation, and psychological warfare. Each sortie cuts deeper into the Russian war machine, weakening its infrastructure, confusing its ranks, and exposing its vulnerabilities. If the current trajectory continues, the combination of F-16s, Mirage 2000s, and AASM-250 HAMMER bombs could redefine the balance of power, not just in Ukraine, but in the future of air warfare.